The main reason for me to make this video today is to let a lot of you out there who might just need a little bit of confidence boost to know that you don't need to study or live in an English-speaking country to be able to speak English well. Hi. Up until this point, I realized I haven't really formally introduced myself on my channel, so here it is. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Bella. I am a content creator and an English teacher. I like to share a lot of English learning tips and strategies, hoping that some of it would be helpful to you. And one question I got asked a lot is where I learned my English. So here's the answer, and it might disappoint a lot of you. I received the same kind of high school education in China like so many of you out there, where pronunciation and spoken English in general was just not emphasized enough. I then moved on to a university in Wuhan, which I've mentioned in one of my previous videos as well, and did my undergraduate program in English. And that's also when I started to take English seriously and really started to invest myself in the language learning. The initial motivation for me to improve my English actually came from peer pressure. I'm sure a lot of you can probably relate. When I was at university, so many of my classmates were able to speak English much better than I could. Their pronunciation was just beautiful, whereas my choppy and broken English just sounded so much worse next to theirs. So somewhere there, I kind of made a promise to myself that by the time when I graduate from university, I wanted to speak English really well. And that's also where I spend a lot of my time. Other than that, a lot of my progress should be credited to my professors at university. Some of them are really wonderful, and they got me into English literature. I started reading some classics, and then I just moved on from there, exploring different genres of literature, eventually found the ones that I like. But reading English books has been one of the best things I've done as far as helping me improve my English, including my spoken English. And that's also one of the things that I keep asking my students to start doing if they have not, because the benefits you will get to reap from this particular practice is just unimaginable. And you have to get started because the beginning is always the hardest. To start a book always takes the longest for most people. And when I was at university, I didn't really have any grand plan in mind, to be honest. All I wanted to do was try everything I could to immerse myself in the language. I was really interested in the English language and how expressive and descriptive it is. And I remember thinking to myself over and over again back then, I really hope one day I could just speak my mind fluently and accurately like all these native speakers on the TV shows or on the interviews I was watching. And to achieve these goals, I kind of devised my study plans accordingly, tried to come up with practices that I could do to improve all the relevant skills. The main reason for me to make this video today is to let a lot of you out there who might just need a little bit of confidence boost to know that you don't need to study or live in an English-speaking country to be able to speak English well. We have everything we need around us. At the end of the day, it really all comes down to how much time you put in, whether you can stick with it or not, and if you're being intentional with your practice. To me, if you have done all those three things, you are going to become amazing. You are going to speak really fluent English, and you are going to be able to represent yourself in this foreign language almost as fluently as you could in your native language.